Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my previous tutorial I altered these trousers to these capri pants, and on today's tutorial I'll show you what I make from these cut off fabric pieces. First I'll make this flower choker, as you can see on this photo in the corner. Now I'll cut pattern pieces for the flower choker. And each pattern piece will be 6 centimeters wide. I have cut 3 pattern pieces and I'll sew straight seam there and straight seam there. And here are sewed seams and they look like that. And this pattern piece is 85 centimeters long and 6 centimeters wide. Next I will sew a flower. I'm folding this pattern piece in half like that using thread and needle. And I will be sewing up and down stitch all along these 2 edges. I will sew up and down stitch all along these 2 edges. And this is how it looks after I sewed up and down stitch, and it is gathered. And I have gathered this pattern piece to approximately 32 centimeters long. Next I'm folding this corner inside like that and I'm wrapping these edges around itself like that, and I'm sewing these edges together. Continuing same process, wrapping these edges around itself and sewing these edges together like that, so it forms a flower, as you can see here. And I'll continue same process all around till flower is formed and sewed together. So the flower is finished and it looks like that. Next I'll use this 130 centimeter long ribbon, and it is 1 centimeter wide. And I'll be using this felt circle fabric piece and hot glue gun. I'm turning this flower to the wrong side, applying hot glue at the back of the stitching there, and I'm gluing a ribbon center to the back of the flower, center there, like that. Next I'm applying hot glue on this felt fabric piece, and I'm gluing this felt fabric piece at the back of the flower so it hides all of the stitching. And my flower is finished. And now I will try on my new flower choker. Looks super cute and matches my capri pants. I have loads of DIY tutorials how to make flower chokers. Check it out on my YouTube channel. Next I will make a hair scrunchie, as you can see in a photo here. First I'll cut pattern pieces. Each pattern piece is 30 centimeters long and 9 centimeters wide. Next I'll sew straight seams on both sides. Next I'll use the burrito method to sew these edges on a scrunchie. And this is how it looks. Next I'll turn the scrunchie to the right side. And this is how it looks. Next I will use this elastic which fits my wrist, and it has enough for the seam allowance there. And I will use this safety pin to pull through this elastic through the scrunchie. And here are both ends of the elastic. Next I will make a knot at the end of this elastic like that, making sure it fits my wrist, and it does. Last thing what I need to do is cut off this excess elastic and sew up this seam there. And my scrunchie is finished. And now I'll try on my new scrunchie. Go check out other scrunchie full DIY tutorials on my channel. Next, I'll make a neck scarf as shown on this photo. First, I'm unpicking this existing seam here, and I'll be cutting a pattern. And these two pattern pieces are 9 centimeters long and 4.5 centimeters wide, each pattern piece. And I have 2 of them. Next, I'll continue cutting pattern pieces for my scarf. And here are all my pattern pieces cut out for my scarf. As you can see, they have a curved ends on each pattern piece, and they look like that. And I'll sew straight seams there, 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 and there. I have sewed straight seams there and there. Next, I'm folding these 2 pattern pieces together so the right side is inside, and I will sew these edges together all around, except the middle. I will leave middle open, and here are all edges sewed all around together. Looks like that. Next, I'll turn this scarf to the right side using this opening. We'll use this pin to sharpen corners on this end of the scarf. Both corners are sharpened and it looks like that. I'll repeat the same process on the other side of the scarf. And here both scarf ends prepared. As you can see, sharp corners here. Next, I'll sew up this center opening with up and down invisible stitch. Center opening is sewed up and it looks like that. Next, I'll sew my logo label on my scarf. Logo is sewed on. Now I'll iron this scarf. And my scarf is ready and it looks like that. Now I'll try on my new neck scarf. It is so tiny, but it looks super cute. Check out my other neck scarf tutorials on my channel. Next, I'll make this hair bow from this leftover fabric. First, I will be cutting a pattern. So I have cut out the pattern and it looks like that. Next, I will sew this pattern together. I'll sew this seam there, and I will sew all around except the middle there. And here's the sewed pattern piece and it looks like that. Here's the sewed seam there. I sewed 5mm seam allowance all around these edges except there. And this pattern piece is 14.5 centimeters by 11.5 centimeters. Next, I'll turn this pattern piece to the right side, sharpening corners there using this pin, and I'm sharpening corners, and I'll repeat the same on each corner. This pattern piece is prepared. Next, I'll sew up this opening using thread and needle, and I'll sew invisible stitch. So next, I'm folding this pattern piece in half like that, creasing that center there. And next, I will gather this center with up and down stitch there. Securing this thread in the center so it doesn't come apart, wrapping this thread around. And the bow is ready. Next, I will hide the center. So I'm taking this piece of fabric, unpicking the other side. Next, I'm using hot glue gun and I will glue these edges to the inside on the wrong side. And the strap is ready and it looks like that. Next, I'll glue this hair clip at the back of this bow. There. I'm applying hot glue on the hair clip there. And I'm gluing this hair clip at the back there, pressing it quite hard so it sticks well there. Next, I'm pulling this strap through this opening there, like that. And I'm gluing this strap down there, so it secures the hair clip, wrapping this strap around the bow and securing other strap end on other side. Pressing strap down quite hard so it sticks well. Next, I'll sew both hair clip ends with thread and needle. And here both ends sewed on this hair clip. And my hair bow is finished. Now I'll try on my new hair bow. It looks super cute. Go check out my other bow tutorials on my channel. Next, from this leftover fabric, I will make a key strap. First, I'll sew these two straps together, placing these two straps on top of each other, and I will sew seam there and there. And here both button pieces sewed together. These two button pieces are 30 centimeters long and 2.5 centimeters wide. I have folded this button piece in half. I'll be using a hook fastening. I always reuse all my alteration project fastening, so I'll be using this hook fastening. I'm adding this hook fastening inside this strap like that, and I'll be sewing a straight stitch there. Placing this fastening hook in the centre of the seam, and I'll sew another seam there. And my key strap is finished, and it looks like that. And here's my new key strap and my keys, and I will attach my keys on this hook. Really cute. I don't really have any ideas what to make from these leftover fabric pieces, so I will be reusing these fabric pieces for my scrap fabric. As you can see, I collect all of my cut-off materials and threads. I'll use these scrap materials on other projects. If you have any questions how I made this hair bow, this key strap, or this hair scrunchie, or this neck scarf, or this flower choker, please comment down below in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope it was useful. I'll see you next time. Love, Anita.